Solving systems by elimination. So concept 1 is elimination using addition. And elimination is another way to solve systems. All right, and basically you're going to be adding or subtracting equations with the goal of eliminating a variable. Okay, the process is actually the same as substitution, but you can save some steps depending on how your equation looks. All right. So here we've got two systems, well, really one system. Okay, these are the same equations, and we're going to solve one by substitution, and then we're going to look at solving the other one through elimination. Okay. So for substitution, what we're trying to do is we're trying to isolate one of our variables. Okay. I could isolate either variable. Looks like possibly the x is going to be easier, but just because of the way this is going to work with my elimination, I'm going to choose the y. Okay. So I'm going to subtract x over here to get my y by itself. Right? Y is going to equal negative x plus 2. And then for this one, I'm going to have to subtract x. And then I have negative y equals negative x plus 4. And then I'm going to have to multiply everything by negative 1 or divide by negative 1 so that I get my y to be positive. So I'll have y equals an x minus 4. Okay. So I've got both of my variables isolated. I can now substitute. I'll have negative x plus 2 equals x minus 4. I'm going to go ahead and move this negative x. So add x, add 4, add 4, and again I'm doing those two steps in the same at the same time. X plus x is 2x equals 2 plus 4 or 6. Divide by 2, divide by 2. X is equal to 3. Okay, and I'm going to stop there. It would be easy to go through and plug that back into one of my equations, but I'm going to go ahead and hold there, and we're going to go into elimination. Okay, so with elimination, you are trying to eliminate one of your variables. Okay, it's not really going to help for me to eliminate the constants. I'm trying to eliminate one of my variables so that I can solve for the other one. Okay, which is really the same thing I'm doing here with substitution. All right, so I notice that I've got a positive y and a negative y. All right, and if I add these two equations together, these y's are going to cancel out. They're going to be eliminated. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take my two x's. X plus x is 2x. Y plus negative y is going to be 0 y, right? That's what gets eliminated. And then 2 plus 4 is 6. And you can see right here, I've actually got all the way down to this step already. Divide by 2, divide by 2, x equals 3. Okay. Now I will say this is pretty much a perfect equation for elimination. I set it up that way. But you can see that it did save us quite a few steps. Okay, and these were easy equations for substitution as well. So elimination can save us a lot of time. All right. The big thing is you're going to have to decide what method you're going to use to solve. Right. We're solving a system of equations. So you could graph, you could substitute, you could eliminate with addition or subtraction. There's a lot of different tools you have, and really what we're trying to work on is getting you comfortable with those tools, but also being able to recognize when you look at two equations, which is going to be the best method or the easiest method to use. Okay, so for elimination, you're going to be looking for terms that are opposites or the same. Okay, and the terms I mean is the coefficients of your variables. Okay, the numbers next to your variable. So we can see we've got a negative 2y, we've got a 6y, we've got two 3's, right? I've got 3x and I've got 3x. And that's probably what's going to be the best thing for me to use, right? So once I've recognized that, I know I'm going to use elimination, okay? And then I'm going to need to line up my terms vertically, okay? So to do that, I'm going to have to move things around. And I'm probably going to move things around in this second equation, okay? So I'm going to want to subtract 3x, subtract 3x, and now I've got my 3x minus 2y equals 5, and my other equation is negative 3x plus 6y equals negative 2. Okay. And then if our terms are opposite, right, so I've got 3x and negative 3x, so those are going to be opposite, then I'm going to use addition. Okay, I'm going to add all my terms together. So 3x minus 3x, that's going to equal 0, right? That's my term that gets eliminated. That's kind of the whole goal of what I'm doing. Negative 2y plus 6y is going to be 4y. That's going to equal, oh, I made these numbers not too nice. 5 plus negative 2 is going to be 3. 4y equals 3, or y is going to equal 3/4, which isn't too bad. Okay, y is equal to 3/4. Then I'd go back up, I'd plug it in for one of these. Probably, if it were me, I'd plug it in to this one. But it would take a bit of time for me to solve for my x value. But you should be fairly comfortable with doing that step at this point. Okay, you're just going to be solving for the, or substitute, and then solve for the other variable in one of my original equations.